Hello and welcome to Sorcerer King Rivals, which was released about 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago. And it's the sequel to a game that came out last year named Sorcerer King. This game is pretty similar, from what I understand. I didn't actually really play Sorcerer King, so we'll see how similar it actually is once we get into it. And I haven't played this game that much, just a tad, just a little bit. But let's take a look at it. So this is a 4X game set in a fantasy setting, and we take control of one of the lesser masters of the world, if you like. The Sorcerer King being the ultimate leader of the world right now, and he's trying to become God. We want to stop him. We want to become God ourselves. And so do our peers. We have other guys, not necessarily on our side, but trying to do the same thing in the game. We'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and start off a new game. I'm not going to do a campaign. There is a campaign you can do, but I'm going to do a new random game. Here we have the various leaders you can assume the role of. They're all lesser heroes. Well, I shouldn't say heroes because there are heroes in the game as well, but lesser leaders in the world. This guy here, the Tinker, I'm going to go with him, I think. A master craftsman who spent much of his life studying the forge of the Overlord. He now wields it with great skill, benefiting all the soldiers and servants of his realm. And our ability here is transmutation. So we get a strategic spell for summoning a random item. Okay, good. We have access to 3 of the 4 types of spell books: the Wrath, Summon, and Enchant. And most of the time it's going to be Wrath, I guess, and Summon. We don't have access to Chaos at all. When we start, we're going to have one hero, and that's why I didn't want to call him a hero, because he's the leader. We have one hero, that's Drogon the Dwarf. He's pretty good. And with him comes an Arctic Wolf and an Arctic Wolf Cub. They're not nearly as good, but still, it's a starting army, if you like. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. There are other leaders, as you can see here, plenty actually to choose from. 8 of them, so there's some variety there in the game for sure. Let's go ahead and click Next and go to the world setup. You have these pre-made maps. I'm not going to go with them. I don't really know the ins and outs of them anyway. I'm going to go with a random world. We'll see what we get. But I'm going to go with a small map. I think that's going to give us plenty, from what I've seen, to do anyway. Difficulty, I'm going to go with normal. Haven't really played it that much, so I don't want to make it too hard for myself. I'm not sure I'm going to win anyway. And then shards. Yeah, let's talk about the shards. So scattered throughout the land are these shards, these powerful shards. And our goal is to take control of all of them. And I think the goal of the Sorcerer King is to destroy them. So they're kind of competing there. And then the ascension speed is how fast the Sorcerer King works towards casting the ultimate spell. I'm taking this from the original game a little bit too, which I have played a little bit lately since I got a free copy of it. So basically we're competing with time here to get stuff done before he takes over the world and can cast that spell. And we want to basically do the same thing, but we want to take over the world as well. So that's going to be normal, and I think that is good. Let's go ahead and click Next. And now we get to choose the neutral factions. These are leaders like ourselves wanting to take over the world. Okay, the Frozen Realm, I don't want to keep them. A race of dwarves that hail from the frozen north. Then we have the small and bitter group of mages, Peridon. That sounds interesting. And the Imperium, a fragile alliance of sinister men and dark elves. Also very interesting. Let's go with that. And I'm going to keep them at normal, I think. And it says here they are willing to ally with the Sorcerer King. Could make it a lot harder to win the game. That is it for the setup. Let's jump straight into the game and see what we have to do. First up, though, we're going to have to make a couple of choices here on the next screen. The Forging of Time and Tactics. You are Time and Tactics, craftsman of Attica, a member of the order which tend the forge of the Overlord. Your ability attracted the attention of the Sorcerer King himself. He taught you much about crafting and led you to a position of power, but he has something sinister planned for this world, and you could tell a conflict was brewing. How did you prepare? So we are a tinkerer. We're going to be crafting things. I'm going to have a rare artifact crafted right away, I think. Doing what you do best, you retreated to the Forge of the Overlord to work on materials for the coming war. With the economic restrictions placed on your realm, ingredients were hard to come by, but you were able to craft one rare artifact that would prove useful. A ring that means we can see farther, or we can learn faster, more easily avoid attacks. But you know what? Let's go with the ring, which allowed us to learn faster. Much blood, sweat, and other fluids were spilled during the gathering, preparation, and theft of the necessary ingredients. But finally, after much effort and a little more fluid spillage, the incredible ring was forged. This has been my greatest work yet. And that's it. Let's start the game. And now the time to set off on your own has come. You must expand your realm, protect the shards of magic, and explore the world. You may find it useful to seek out allies to assist you in your fight. Though be wary, they will have designs of their own. Eventually, you will have to confront the Sorcerer King himself and halt his evil plans once and for all. Okay, this is not really a reading game, so don't worry too much about that. Well, there are actually some quests and whatnot, but a lot of the game is not any reading. And what we get when we start out the game is, +1 fame. The path you choose leads to new quest choices. Okay. And the Ring of the Tutor recipe. To make one, we need 1 silver band, 1 flawless crystal, and 1 flawless iron. Okay. And we actually get the Ring of the Tutor as well. Okay. Plus 25 experience bonus %. Okay, good. And I think we can give that to our dwarf there, our leader. All right, so Attica is our city. Our scouts bring word that we are apparently surrounded by monsters and bandits. Luckily, they also heard rumors of a hero enchanted into stone that we should investigate. That sounds very interesting. We'll need to train some more scouts to explore further, but this information should help our efforts. Okay, so here is our one city that we have, Attica. And outside Attica, we have our one army. Remember I told you about that? We have Drogon the Dwarf's army. We can see here his stats, total stats for the army. 18 in combat rating, 3 moves, and 61 hit points overall. All 3 combined. You can see individually here what they are. And if we look at Drogon himself, here he is. He has, what did he have? Here's the Ring of the Tutor as an accessory. We can equip that, plus 25 experience bonus %. We should do that right away. And there it goes. It takes up 1 slot. We have a few more slots here. And he has nothing else he's carrying. He has a battle axe, though. Negative initiative, but when we swing, if we miss, we can attack again. Okay, pretty good. Up here at the top, we can see his details. There's more stats about him. His attack here, how much damage he does, 11, dodge percentage. Okay, 40%. We'll take a look at that because that's actually pretty interesting, these numbers. Accuracy, his chance of hitting, so attack is the damage, accuracy is the chance of hitting. 90%, we can rely on him to hit every single time. Well, almost. Resistance to spell, very low. Defense 5, not very high, I don't think. Initiative 17. See that battle axe is dropping it, and the higher number, the better it is. Now, he has a number of abilities, and let's look at them real quick, because they're important. Counterattack, one counterattack per round. So if somebody attacks, let's say he has 3 attacks against him in 1 round, he gets to counterattack once. That's good. Not everybody gets to do that. He's a Dwarf Lord, okay. Winter-themed abilities. Vital Strike 4. He has more critical hit chance and critical hit damage. Command, he can use command, which makes other units take their turn right away. I know that from before. Crushing Blow, do more damage. Cook, +1 to the army's health generation per turn. That's also good. Immune to counterattacks. If somebody has counterattack, they can't counterattack him. I think that's what it is anyway. And then finally, Axe Mastery. He can use an axe, and that's what he's doing. Okay, that's him. We looked at the equipment before. Skills. Let's look at them once we actually have something as far as the skills. Now, he had, 25 hit points and 11 attack, 5 defense. Here is the Arctic Wolf, 7 attack damage, but also very accurate. Defense 2, so not very good. Well, compared to our hero anyway. He can howl, which means that I think that means that others in the battle on your side will gain 1 in attack, 1 in damage. I think that's what it is. Dodge missiles, plus 50% dodge. Now, I think Drogon here had 40%, right, overall. Wolves are not very good at dodging, except missiles. Very good with that. 62% looks like 50 plus 12. It can do bleed, immune to cold, suffers double damage from fire. That's interesting. Should stay away from that and from lightning. And we do more damage against damaged enemies. So it's good to bring them in once we made a few hits on somebody. And then deadly bite finally. And then finally we have an Arctic wolf cub. Not quite that good. 24. Yeah, they have 24 initiative. See that? Our dwarf is the lowest one in initiative. But the cub doesn't do very much damage at all. But he can do howl. So maybe that's a good use of his time there. He's also less accurate, I think. Okay, that's the 3 of them. That's the actual army we have. In Attica, that's our city. Let's take a look and see how things are going there. It's a level 1 city. You can see here what's going on outside. That's the general neighborhood of the city. We only own 1 square right now, making 4 food. That's how fast we grow in our city. Production, we have 1 big hammer and 3 small, so that would be 13. Yep. And then 1 essence. Essence means for every point, we can cast a spell on the city, which is good. And then here we have what we can do. Should we build or train? If you look here, we have 4 logistics point. Most things you train, I think all of them, they take 1 logistic point. When you're out, you're out. You can't create any more. You can get more, though. If you see here, we have a barrack up here. Gives us improved logistics plus 3 at the price of decreasing our food supply by 2. So maybe we can offset that with something else. Maybe a spell or something. So what should we do? Well, they mentioned a scout, right? Not very good there, but I think a scout is probably pretty fast, right? Fast units meant for exploring the world. We'll do 1 scout right off the bat. Actually, before we do, well, let's do that. I want to see if we have a shard. Yes, we do. So here we have our neighborhood. You can see here the red area. That's the zone of control we have for our city. We don't own every square in here. We currently just own this one. But we can build within our zone of control. See this shard here? We get 5 magic if we do, but we do lose 1 logistics. Let's do that. The shard is ours, well, as soon as we build it, that is. Use the manage magic orb on the left side to adjust how we should use our magic. Yep. And we get 2 sovereign skill points. That's our skill points to Tinkerer. Time and tactics, if you like. Not the dwarf here, Drogon, our hero. Okay. So we have 2 left. Let's go back into the town, because that's where we actually are going to do the shard. I think I want to do the shard first, right? It takes 1 turn instead of waiting 8 turns there. So let's go ahead and get rid of him, and then we'll put the scout back in there. So now he's queued up after the shard. I want to get that extra 5 because right now we have 1 for each. We're getting 3 right now, and we split that 3 ways. You can drag it around here. You can see here like this, and the numbers change. Are we gonna go with the middle? So mana right here is used for casting spells. Skill is for increasing our XP, how much we gain every turn, and then lore, finally, how fast we research new spells. I like to research fast, right? Do I need to have my sovereign go up very fast? Maybe not right away. We'll drag him down here. So right now we are splitting it, well, we could do it like that maybe. Okay, we can look at the ourselves here and see his tech tree if you like. We'll look at that once he gains a level. And here is the minimap. The minimap we are looking at, well, let me show you the actual map. As you zoom out, something very nice happens. I love this idea. Same thing in Civ 6 that's coming out next month. Have the same mechanism. It's really nice to have this here. So we can see here, here's a shard. We are building that. I think that's what that means. There's another one down here. We don't have it. And there is an army of ours. There are some enemies over here. Looks like Bandit Loner's army. 15, 15 and 67. 15 in attack, 67 hit points versus Drogon 18 and 61. That's pretty even, actually. We'll see if we attack them. Let's go ahead and look at the map a little bit more, though. There is another... What do we have here? A chest. Looks tempting. And then a Bandit Raiders army here. 2 more guys there. 1 more guy here. But I think we said something about a hero right here. Yep, there's a hero. So remember our dwarf hero. He is... This guy is similar. If we can free him, we get another hero. And that would be very, very nice. How far away is he? Quite far. We have to go this way, right? By the way, you can build more cities, but to do that, you need to find a fertile spot. You will know when you have found a fertile spot by the fact there are hammers similar to... I'll show you here. You can see this symbol here. When you see this on the actual map, you'll know that you can build another city. Now, you can still build something to take control over the land, and those are called outposts. They will extend your realm anyway, but everything costs logistics, and outposts are no different. Okay, so what else? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our reports. This is pretty important, I think. I haven't played the game to the end, so but I think this would be a good place to look. First of all, the ascension points for him and for us. We want to win, right? So we control 1 out of 20 shards. We're not a threat right now to the Sorcerer King, and that's a good thing because he is much stronger than we are. Lieutenants, these are his lieutenants, Abex and Nabunihir. Nabunihir? Yeah, something like that anyway. Pretty strong. Sorcerer King, he has a 248 in combat strength. We have 37. Yeah, stronghold, you can see here the data. And then below that we have our quests. Master quest, we should try to ascend to godhood, so let's get those shards under control. Master quest, defeat the Sorcerer King. We're going to do that. See how that goes. And then we have a couple of other things to do. Build an outpost. Okay. Like I said, increase the zone of control, capture resources, defend our land. Okay. Liberate a monster lair. Unlike wandering monsters, stay put. We should go and do that. Expand our empire. What do we want to do there? Well, we just should expand our city, I guess. Okay. Break a champion's curse. Champion being one of those heroes, so we can get more on our side. That's for sure would be good. Okay, let's keep that in mind. And what else do we have to do? Well, we do have to research a spell. Remember here we said we are spending 1.5 of our 3 magic on that every turn, but currently we're not researching anything. So what should we pick? Well, these are all pulled from those books. If you remember, we don't have a Chaos book. We have the Wrath book mostly. And we can see here what we want to do. And I think the color of the actual rectangle here indicates what it is. Wrath being red. Yeah, Wrath spellbook. Universal, that's for anything. Enchantment, we have that. And summoning as well. Okay, yep. So that in combination with the strategic, with the type of spell as well as how common it is, and the fact that this is random every time you pick a new spell means there's quite a bit of variety there as you start out the game. All right, what should we pick? And I'm not an expert here, so we'll see. Okay, Ice Blast looks pretty interesting. That's a tactical unit damage spell. That means we can use it in a battle. That would be good as ourselves, but it will cost us 6 mana to cast it, and it takes 34 turns to develop that. I'm thinking maybe something. Can we do something for our cities? Strategic unit. They gain 25 experience at a 25% faster rate. Maybe that. That's only 14 turns. Let's do that. Tutelage. So now it's highlighted. Hard to see here, but it's kind of lit up a little bit. That's done. As you can see here, we can't do anything until we have actually decided what to do. For instance, here we have our idle units, and that would be our 3 guys in the army. I think I want to keep them together. We are creating a new, well, I was going to say explorer. We are doing that after the shards, so he will come out too. I want to keep these guys together. I would like to take this one here, this shard. What else do we have here? There is an abandoned village, medium strength. Can we go there? Maybe we could. Do we see any Hang on. You can use your WASD keys to move, by the way. I think that's a little bit easier than the mouse. No chests. I don't see any right here. There is a lair over here. Bandit Luna's Camp. It's going to be a tough one. Oh, may want to recruit more units, but keep in mind, every time you recruit a unit, you lose those logistics points. So should we try to... Well, we know what we have here. Monsters, right? Down here. If we head on this way, up here, can we maybe reach this guy? That would be awfully nice. Maybe go up and take a look anyway. Eventually, it's going to be a problem. They're going to come and attack us, and we have to be careful. By the way, we have 3 movement points here, so let's go ahead and go into the forest, and that's all we can do. There's somebody here. Crick's army? No, we don't want to attack that. 22 in attack there in combat rating. And that's it, and now the game is letting us continue, so let's do that. And that's it. Nothing much happened. Wolf's army is here. Wait a minute. Wolf's army. There's something I haven't told you. That's crafting. And I see these wolves here. I know wolf pelts are good to have. So we are a tinker, right? So we can craft things. Powerful weapons and whatnot. Right now, I'm looking here. Nope. We can't craft anything. And that is because we don't have any ingredients to fit all this. Let's look at the basic leather boots. Well, look at that. Wolf pelt. +1 physical attack bonus. If we... Well, that's for the pelt itself. We need 3. We have 0. So that would give us 2 in defense. Bonus. We can give that to our dwarf, for instance. Leather gloves, +1. You know what? That makes me very tempted to go down here and take out these guys. There is 1 looter in there. And 3 wolves. Overall, combat rating 12. 35 hit points. What do we have? We have 18. We should go down there. We'll head on down there now. Changed my mind, obviously. And we're down to... Well, we have our guys in the city. We'll select them. You can select multiple by shift-clicking. Okay, so we'll take these 3. Can we head on out now? We don't have any movements. Well, 1 movement left there, I guess. Okay, so there we are. Next turn, we'll do that. And that's really all we have to do. 2 more turns. No, 8 more turns. We got the shard now, didn't we? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, look at that. 4.1 now and 3.9 in lore because we boosted, we got 5 more magic points. Skill 0. Is that good? I don't know if that's good. Let's go down to the center again. I do want to gain some. We'll go down maybe something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. So we're a little bit less in our skill for our leader itself. Okay, good. Anything else? We're done crafting. Well, our rivals, we don't know where they are right now. We haven't met them, so our cities are here. We know that from before, like general overview. And then the reports, we got those. Okay, and that's it right now. Mana is over here. Let's hit the turn. And they are leaving, they think. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and attack right away. Let's do that. So here we go. Predicted result, victory. That looks good to me. Let's go ahead and battle and see what we can do in the tactical battle. All right, here we are. We are first. You can see the currently active unit at the bottom, and then they follow in order here. You can just hover over them to see their stats, if you know what they mean, like command. I know what command is now because I played it before a little bit. So we get to move with our wolf cub and then our wolf. But then we get 3 of their wolves there. That's unfortunate. This guy is over here. 8 and 14 hit points. They have 8 and 7 hit points. We could maybe take this guy out. Then those can probably not reach us. Let's do that. Because then we get to use our dwarf Drogon here, and he is strong. I'm going to take my wolf cub, and we will go ahead and, I think, howl. And that's going to give us +1 attack, which is how much damage we do. See, there we gain 1. Excellent. And now it's our Arctic Wolf's turn. We'll take him and move him up here to attack. We'll move him up over there, actually. Right-click. And then we'll right-click on the wolf there. Hopefully we kill him. Nope, that was not enough, and that's because we didn't have... We dodged. Good. They're not that good. And now it is... They moved... Yeah, they probably did, right? Drogon the dwarf, and then followed by the looter. He's defending, okay. And then we get a shot again with our guys. Okay, so I can take my guy now. You can see here he has command. Target unit takes his next turn immediately. That could be good if you're at the very end of the game, end of the battle. Or crushing blow. What we can also do is do a spell that we have in our spell book. And we can summon, and yeah, that's all we have. A Vorpal Blade, or a Vorpal Longbow, or a Vorpal Spear. Do we need to spend 4 mana on that? I'm not convinced. We're going to see if we can take out this guy here. And you do more damage if you surround your opponent, so we should be in good shape. Yeah, 16, look at that. That wolf is gone. Now the looter comes in and they go for the wolf cub. It's unfortunate. Well, we're going to go ahead and... that's normal damage and 1 damage per action to the victim. How much does he have in hit points? 14. We will try that. And then you left click if you want to use a special ability. 2. Okay. -1. Okay. That's something. And here's the Arctic Wolf. Those guys are farther away. If you hover over them, you see where they can go. They cannot attack our wolf cub at least, so that's good. And now we should take this guy out. If you look at the bottom here, you can see the attack is 90% chance, 7 to 8 in damage. Okay, then he has a 55% chance to attack back, I guess. But you're not going to kill him, though. -8, yeah. Dodge. Good. Alright, next up, they're howling over here, it looks like. And then moving closer. That's not going to save them. Now, I could go up here and attack instead of attacking this guy. No, I don't want to, because next up is the looter. I need to kill him now before he does more damage to my wolf cub. Yeah, that's solid. We took care of him there. Here's the wolf cub. I'm going to keep him back. There. If I didn't move him, then this wolf here would have been able to go around. Okay, pass. And we can cast a spell, like I said, but I don't think I want to do that. I want to save my mana for later. There's some good spells that you have there in your back pocket. I'm going to go up here. I think I'm going to attack with him. Yeah, let's do that. Now, should I attack normally? Does 3 to 4 damage. Not very much. He has 7 hit points. Or should I do a devastating bite that strikes a double? Yeah, let's do that. I could very well kill him. Let's click. I did kill him. And here comes the next. Did a little bit of damage, but not too bad. And the wolf cub, we're going to keep him there, I think. Yeah, we'll just make sure he survives. He will gain experience later on, so I'm not too worried about that. And the wolf gets to go again. He has higher initiative. Let's go with that. Almost dead. Perfect. We'll take now Drogon here. Remember though, the wolves, and I forgot about this too, the wolves do more damage if the opponent is already injured, so you need to keep that in mind. We're going to attack, we're going to kill him. We're going to kill him. 90% chance, but look at that. You get a second attack there because he was using his backswing ability. If he misses the first attack, he gets a second attack. So we beat the wolves and the looter. Let's see how things went. Well, they died, obviously. And, well, he leveled up here, so that's good. Plus 13 XP. That means we're going to get to pick something for him. That's good news. He has 25 out of 26 hit points left. The other two did not gain XP enough to gain a level, but halfway there. We also got 3 wolf pelts. Remember that? For the leather boots and leather gloves. We're going to use that for sure. And a nectar. Plus 1 health regeneration. I wonder if you can use that right away. We'll take a look at that right now, actually. So they're gone out. There they are, dead. Let's look at our army. We have nectar crafting ingredient. So we have to use them in a recipe and make something out of it. Speaking of which, we should have something now. Yep, look at that. We have an exclamation mark there. Basic leather boots. We need 3. Or leather gloves. We need 1. Now, consider we have 1. Should I go for the gloves or the boots? I think I go for the boots. That gives us 2. Let's do that. All right, where should we put that? Just in the inventory, or should we give it to somebody? I'm going to give it to Drogon the Dwarf. Let's do that. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and equip that. Well, we did. Sorry, we already did that. We told him to put him on. Plus 2. If you look at his, not skills, but details, defense now is 5 plus 2 because of those boots. So that's good news. See how important crafting is. If we can find more pelts, There is a wolf there, right? There's a wolf there. So we could, if we kill this guy, we would gain quite a bit there. 15, but they're pretty strong. We have to gain maybe a level. So getting a level, that's right. Here it says champion level up. Our hero gained a level. Here is our champion's tech tree. This is why you don't want to lose ever any champion. They gain these levels, and really it's going to be much improved. What do we get? Dwarven Fury looks good. 150% normal attack strength, but does splash damage on any friendly unit. So what we could do is with our wolves, I'm thinking, he will attack with Dwarven Fury. The wolves will be standing back. He will do a lot of damage. Then that means all the enemies get injured. The wolves run up, and now they get a bonus because they do more damage if the opponent's injured already. Maybe something like that. There's also Beardsmith. Yeah, cold defense, maybe. Beard Treasure in Arctic terrain. Well, let's do Dwarven Fury. So let's verify that. Let's take a look at the wolf here. Where was that? There. No, not this one. I'm looking for it. This one here. Plus 25% attack versus damaged enemies. And attack is how much damage they do. So 25% out of 7 would be 2 more in damage. So that's probably important to keep that in mind. Can we attack? We might be able to take him out anyway. Here we have 20 now, thanks to us moving up. But we will stay away from that for now. Could go down here. Ah, look at that. We have horses here. If we get a stable, I think that would be useful. Any additional things you find, like metals and other things here, that you get every turn will show up as accumulated numbers here, how much you have in reserve. Right now we don't have any horses, we don't have any metal, we don't have any crystal. We're on the lookout for them. Okay, bandit camp over there. Okay, let's go ahead and maybe take a look up here. Bandit camp. There's nobody there. I'm surprised. Okay, we've done what we can. Next turn. And here is the Sorcerer King. He requires our power. Okay. He needs to use our power. He has a small request. He wants to tap into our magical power. You know what? If we do that, his power will grow, and he will get closer to becoming a god. But he will give us something in return for it. So, get a recipe, use a pioneer, you know what? At the beginning of the game, maybe that's important. Also, though, keep in mind, if you do help him out, you change the path you're on, and you might get different quests later and things like that. So, I think I'm going to say no deal right now. He is not happy, but that's fine with me. Right now we have Ascension points 0. Neither one of us has any. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go over to this place here, I think, and take a look. We'll head on up there. And we cleanse the land of a monster lair. Okay. They will think twice before returning to this area. Plus 5 sovereign skills points. Okay, good. And we found something here. That is great news. What was it? Warg pelt? That sounds really good. Flawless iron. Silver band. Mushroom spores and clouded ruby. Okay, we can see here. Do we have any crafting? We don't have anything new. Okay, that's unfortunate, but we are accumulating things that we can use. And they show up down here. You can see that. So if I wanted to, I could go into my crafting page here and see exactly what do I need. Well, nectar, I do have that, but I need a glass flagon here. Armor reinforcement, well, I need 4. I have 1. Yeah, but we don't have to worry about that. Oh, there's a chest. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay, so how does that work with our quests here? We did do the monster lair, build an outpost, expand our empire. Okay, that's still all good. Not doing bad. Still not much of a threat to the Sorcerer King either, so that I like that. We can move a little bit more. We have 1 movement point left. I'm going to go down to this one here. And we're out of moves now. How many turns? 6 more turns till we get the Explorer. He can head northwest up to that champion maybe. We'll see how that goes. Speaking of the city here, where are we at? If we click on it, we can see down here it's level 1 city, and right now population is 12 out of 40. We're making 4 only. You know what, that reminds me, we should probably do something here. We have 1 essence here. We haven't done anything with that. We can put a spell, an enchantment on the city. Let's look at that. Here we have our different spells. Let's look at the city spells. As you can see here, there's Bountiful Harvest. Adds 3 food to the target city. Will cost us 12 mana. We have 50. Let's do that. I'm going to pick it and click on it. And there is our enchantment. And you can see here now, it's going to say 1 out of 1. When I click out of there, there we go, 1 out of 1. So if we find more of those essence, but we don't, there's one here, see that? Right down there in the bottom right hand corner, there's one there. If we take it, we get another one. So we keep a lookout for that, because those spells are pretty powerful. Right now we're making, what is that, 7? Yeah, 4 plus 3, almost doubling it now. It's going to go a lot quicker to get to level 2. And that's going to be good for us. Sovereign level up as well. That's us. We now get to pick something for our tech tree. So we have a lot of things here, and I think they relate quite a bit to being a tinkerer, master craftsman. Champions map, crystal map, a map of nations recipes. They can unveil unknown locations. We need 2 birch scrolls though. Loot mining. But if you notice here, they don't lead anywhere. This one will lead into other things here. This skilled craftsman. Right now it gives us 1 more enchantment slot. But I think I might go with the enchanted maps first. We'll see where that takes us. By the way, here we can see our spell books. Okay, any recipe? Yes, now we have one. Return home spell. Home scroll. We need 5 mana, we have 38, and we need a birch scroll. Okay, so we have that, and we also have the champions map. We have stuff for that. Reveals the location of an unknown champion statue. Well, we know of one already. We don't need to know of another one right away. Here is a shard map. Well, we know of another one already. I don't know if I need to know that yet. Map of nations. Reveals the location of an unknown minor faction. Maybe we'll do that. Let's craft one of those. We're going to store that in inventory. And I've gotten one of those. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Drogon's. We'll go to the inventory here. Here, I can see my inventory. There is the, wait a second. No, it's up here, consumable. Map of nations. So, let's go ahead and use that now. Exit out of there. And here is the Frozen Realm. Those dwarfs are right there. Okay. So, they're over to the east. Frozen Realm there. And we are over here. Okay. It looks close on the map here, but it's, I mean, quite far. You don't move that fast. At least I haven't found you move that fast. Not with these guys, anyway. Let's go ahead and end the turn. By the way, these bars here, this is the next spell, how long it will be. The lore, the green, same green as this. And then here are skill points. That's the blue. Okay. And how much are we making? 2.2, 3, and 2.8. Yeah, that's good enough. And I think that's it. Idle units. Yep, we're going to go ahead and take this treasure chest. What did we find? Vials of pure nectar. That's good. That's a crafting ingredient. We know that already. And here is the more of an Arctic terrain, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Do I want to leave this area too much? Probably not. There are horses down here. I think I want to go up this way. If somebody comes and attack Ithaca, then I would want to be close by. Okay, we are still 5 turns away from getting that explorer, and I am right about time here. So I will see you again next time with more from Sorcerer King Rivals. Bye, guys. Hey guys, this is Time and Tactics. Thank you very much for watching the video. It sure helps me out a lot. If you'd like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and or that like, and I will see you in the next video.